Hey guys, for the final day of Maytime Vlogging, or MTV as I've been calling it, I'm going to do a book review of Feed by Myra Grant. Feed is a zombie book. Except not really. Feed follows Georgia and Sean Mason, a pair of siblings, who are journalists, following the latest political campaign in the US after the zombie outbreak. Georgia and Sean aren't really journalists, they're bloggers. But blogging has gotten a much more professional vibe than it used to, because it's now more of a actual journalism type style, more of an accepted entertainment than television and newspapers and everything. Those weren't working. The story follows Georgia and Sean as they are invited along to cover the latest presidential campaign of a senator who actually seems to be a decent politician, which is so rare in real life that it was refreshing, really, to read about it. However, as they go along, they uncover a weird conspiracy that seems set to really set the zombies on everyone again. I really quite liked this book. It was really quite good for a, zombie book. I didn't in fact realise that it was a zombie book until after I'd bought it. There are many things to like about this book. Specifically that it was a zombie book, but it didn't really focus on the zombie threat. Everyone must deal with the zombie threat. In fact, it was more along the lines of, oh, we've worked out how to cope with the zombies. This is what happens now. And I really liked that. It was much more practical and much more, this is real life, this is how shit gets done. I also really liked that some of the twists I just really didn't see coming. Like Buffy, for example. On the other hand, I felt that there was some twists that should have been put in instead. Like, everyone expected Governor Tate to be the bad guy, and he ended up being the bad guy. Like, I half expected it to be Senator Ryman's wife who had been the bad guy in the end, just because it would have come out so out of left field. Another thing that I felt was a bit weird was that the entire book is from Georgia's perspective. And then Georgia dies and we get Sean's perspective. And apparently this is the first in a trilogy, and the rest are from Sean's perspective. And really, we didn't really need another male protagonist in stuff like this. We could have done with Georgia's perspective for longer than this. It felt like she ended up being almost a plot point for Sean to get shit done. Now I know that that's probably a bit harder to sort of argue, but like, it felt a bit like that. I know it's unrealistic to think that, but it felt a little bit like it. I really liked the dynamic between George and Sean, because it was really cool, and I really liked the dynamic between them both and Buffy for most of the book. But it got a little weird when the twist with Buffy turned up, and I honestly didn't see the twist with Buffy coming. I was kind of like, oh, what, where, what? Buffy was the traitor? Not a sentence you'll ever hear me say again. I really liked the book. It was really well done, and quite clever. Tell me what you thought of it in the comments. I'm presuming you've read it, because this was quite spoilerific, to be honest.
I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails above to see other videos by me, including the review of The Duel by Amy Ewing that I did, and the rest of my MTV playlist. Bye!